What a busy month August has been. This is us as a family, the Petals and the Paving Slabs family, all in the car about 6 o'clock in the morning, just about to drive all the way to Paris in France, where my daughters thought we were going on a shopping trip. I encouraged them to think that's fine, I don't mind. My wife thought we were going because I was trying to be romantic, because it was our 20th wedding anniversary. Again, I encouraged that. Let her think that. That's absolutely fine. I wanted to go because I wanted to see loads of gardens. So this slideshow is mainly some of the horticultural happenings that we saw on our road trip. We went to Paris first for a few days, and then we drove from Paris to Germany to a place called Hereford and another little place called Bad Salzuflen. So it's mainly photographs from Paris and Germany, but also I've thrown in a few more that I've also taken in the month of August. Just various things that I've been doing with the produce from my garden, or pictures from in my garden, that kind of thing. So enjoy. Right, let's not muck about here. Let's go straight in with the fine art, the Mona Lisa. If you've never been to the Louvre Art Museum to see it, don't bother. It's a massive, massive disappointment. You can't get anywhere near it. There'll be about 100 to 150 people all in a massive scrum in front of you. You've literally got to stand on someone's shoulders to get your arm holding your camera high enough to get it over everybody's heads to have a hope of even getting anything resembling a recognisable photograph. So just look for pictures of it on the internet instead. I know, don't thank me. That said, if you still want to see some really top-notch artwork by famous, amazing painters like Da Vinci or Monet, if you go to a couple of other places like the Musée d'Orsay or the Jardin d'Orangerie, you can get really, really close to them, and you don't have to elbow people in the back of the head to get them out of the way, to get anywhere near them. Some of the reproductions of flowers, as you can see in these photos, are just absolutely amazing. Monet, I never knew I was into art. I've got to be honest. I've fallen in love with Monet. It made me emotional. Not Da Vinci, what's he called? The Dutch bloke, whipped his ear off. Van Gogh, oh my word, hero, absolute legend. Just so, yeah, you can still see some beautiful works of art, especially if you're into paintings of gardens and flowers. You can still see all of that in other places. Just don't go to the Louvre to see the Mona Lisa. It's a rip-off. I've only put a few paintings into this slideshow video because I have actually done a fuller video with all the beautiful pieces of artwork that were either flowers or gardens or countryside scenes while I was in the Paris Art Museums. I have done another video on my channel of those pieces of art. So if you want to see more of that, you can go and check the video out. And if I can work out how, I'll put the link to it at the end of this video. So one gardening theme that the French are quite well known for, and which I saw a lot of in Paris, was the potager style of gardening, where you're mixing ornamentals with edibles. And I never saw a bad looking potager garden in Paris. They did it brilliantly. Another thing I was pretty impressed with in Paris was, considering it's quite a heavily built up city, and it's an enormous city as well, they don't seem to miss an opportunity to get a planter on the ground and put flowers in, or to have a window box on a balcony that's planted up with stuff. And I liked that. It's just greening up that inner city space. As you can see, if you look for it on this busy street, which happens to look a little bit like What's the Story Morning Glory album cover by Oasis, a great band, but that's another story. If you have a look, you'll see the window boxes, you'll see the concrete planters on the street. And yeah, more of it, please. Not just in Paris, everywhere. I want to see more of this everywhere. I saw this when I was in about the 14,000th clothes shop that I was dragged into by my wife and daughters, and it was just a sign on the wall, and just underneath it they were selling a few I think they were, I don't even think they were real. They were like plastic artificial cacti. But it made me smile. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, sometimes we forget about just the happiness of gardening, because we get all mixed up with the, oh, I've got to get my seeds in, I've got to do this, I've got to... No, forget that. It'll happen. Just enjoy it. Be happy. Let your plants make you happy. And speaking of being happy, I am going to get extremely merry when this blackberry wine is ready to drink. It should be around November, December time. Oh, yes. I went picking those blackberries with Deputy Head Gardener Ruby and Mrs. Petals, our Claire. Another thing that we've all done together is made these courgette fritters. I've done a video about this, so if you want the recipe, go and check out my video lists. And yes, they do taste as amazing as they look. These are some of the things that have been in flower over the month of August in my backyard. So there's a couple of things that this photograph is saying, really. First of all is a big thank you to all the people that I work with that bring in empty jam jars for me, because I can put all that dehydrated produce from the allotment and from the backyard into those jam jars, and it lasts for absolute months. If there's ever a zombie apocalypse and you know where I live, come round, because there'll always be a soup or a stew on the go. And the second thing it's saying is it's just a bit of a massive thumbs up to my wife, our Claire, really. She did the allotment pretty much on her own up until July this year, because some of you might remember I'd gone away working 8,000 miles away down south in the Falkland Islands. So all her hard work during spring, when you're getting everything, the ground ready, you're getting all your seeds planted and everything, she's made all that happen. All that food you can see there, our Claire's done that, and if you spoke to her, she'll tell you she doesn't know what she's doing, like most of us gardeners. And she certainly, I don't think, would consider herself to be a gardener. But Claire, take a bow, son. You've done amazing. So here's a picture of some beautiful rowan berries hanging off a rowan tree, and it's sort of framing a ridiculously oversized garden ornament that the French have built. If you know what the ornament's called, leave a comment, let me know. And don't be funny and say it's Blackpool Tower. I've heard all that before. So last one, you can get those matchsticks out that are propping your eyelids open. Nearly done, guys, we're nearly done. Right, I've got a clip-on macro lens that I can clip onto my camera phone, and it allows you to take very, very close-up photographs like this one. Now, I've got a question about it though. It's that whole language barrier thing, regional accent. You know, like I say tomato, you say tomato. I say, oh my God, is that a wig? You call him Mr. President. So what I want to know, guys, please let me know. Is this a tiffonia or a tithonia? Because I don't want to cause any embarrassment if I call it the wrong thing in the wrong kind of circles of people. Help me out, guys. Is it tiff or tit? Tiff or tit? Leave a comment, and thank you so much for watching.